可以对话，那就
The death was instant.
嗯哼。
I've searched outside for footprint.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your ladyship?
3个人。
Please leave my...
Shut up! We are investigation.拿走。
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
咦，好可爱。
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Someone should take Toby for a walk.
现在嘞，华生的鞋子被他拿走了。 Toby 好可爱哦！为什么自己跳掉？为什么会自己跳掉？为什么？
Search, Toby.
给我搜！哦，Toby 视角哎，好可爱哦！咦，狗狗！哦，有味道。绕过这里，到这里。 然后出去，绕到这边来，进到这个，这是什么鬼啊？进去了。
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware. Brave Toby.
他在这边，然后又有井。
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
所以我们要照顺序来嘛，先去那个小房间，然后再去那个井，然后出去了。藤蔓。
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Toby 在那边呢。
Brave Toby.
外面有狗。
This hook might be useful.
为什么你会觉得那个东西？
Some empty bags were recently moved.
你为什么会觉得那个东西有用？
Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest. This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
而且他还要刻意走这个石砖路，哎。
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
这个，就这么刚好有一袋东西在那边。
Silverware.
Huh?
This is hardly a coincidence. The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
为什么？
The intruder's trail.
Eh? Eh? ちょっと待って。ちょっと待ってください。绳子啊，绳子用来做那个做实验的。
Well, Holmes, do you have a lead?
Dr. Watson, it's Mr. Isa Whitney. He says it's urgent.
Huh?
Isn't that the fellow we found in the opium den while I was undercover there? Or am I mistaken?
Yes, the gentleman whom I wrote about in The Man with a Twisted Lip. But I must go. This addiction of his causes irreversible damage.
In that case, I shall continue the investigation alone.
I hope that you'll tell me
Watson
everything when I return.
"所以说华生有事先走了，这样。
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope. The fibers from this cut appear to be different. The fibers from this cut appear to be different. If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
小刀。水手，水手。哎。那个绳结又是怎么回事啊？用来把 Brankenstone 绑在那个椅子上，然后有水手结。
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
啊，对啊呢。
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Fuck you. 啊，那个嘞，银器。
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Unique.
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery. Baron Lyndon Brackenstall. Lord George Brackenstall. The Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
调查他休息的地方，我不是调查完了吗？难道还有东西没有调查吗？为什么要这样整我？
Let us try to open this safe.
直接这样哦。
Can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
18。20、17。医疗报告：尤斯塔斯先生今身体和精神状态令人担心，肝功能代谢不全，双眼充血，皮肤橙黄色，呼吸的味道是肝损坏的味道，肺肿瘤，腿抽筋，神经系统改变，肝硬化恶化，腹腔积液。 胃肿胀饮酒过多降低自控能力，增加攻击性。暴毙是有看的。
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
听不懂，我听不太懂，其实。
Oh, what?
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before.
所以你有
One
经
with
验
his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
糟糕的男主。啊？
Please.
哪里来的结论啊？剩下那个。 剩下那个要怎么办？
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
水手，直布罗陀暗礁 ，Rock of Gibraltar。 3个人。 很高很壮。哦，我懂了。他们去请了这个水手来帮他们杀人吗？是这样吗？ 1983，先看一下报纸。1893对吧？1893。Rock of Gibraltar， 南安普顿，伦敦。6个月的时间，全员印度、纽西兰、澳大利亚。玛丽·弗雷泽，弗雷泽家族继承人。 澳大利亚弗雷泽家族拥有土地和锡矿。肯特最有钱的绅
Here
士。
it is. The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you
你是什么时候回来的？
Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Specialist。我发现，
Could you come upstairs,
我发现我的那个办案顺序好像有点错误啊。哈哈。
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
Where? Fuck you.
This list
There's
shows
so many
the senior
tables.
officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
谋杀日，1980年11月7号，离开，离开伦敦，离开伦敦。
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days. This list shows the senior officer.
嗯哼。离开澳大利亚，抵达
This officer
1985
is still at sea.
哦哦，所以这个不可能。Samuel H. Jackson， 抵达是11月12号，不可能。离开是10月17号，那时候他还在船上，所以不可能。
This officer was on a ship.
是用那个删去法。
This officer was on a ship. Mr. Jack Crocker was in.
所以其他人都要看一遍了。
This officer is still at. This officer is still at. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
给布鲁克打电话和他谈谈。
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
又要跟水手聊天了。
Could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
You have
No
gone.
problem, Mr. Holmes.
You have gone. You can use the gun.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
诚实。干嘛看他裤汤啊？哎，怎么都没有东西可以点啊？刀？哎，哎呀，还有一个，还有一个。墨迹。
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Aye.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
那为什么会有2个人的这个选项啊？这啥？哇，好多结局。天哪！克鲁克一定有参与，因为那个要割那个，他有水手刀嘛，他要割那个绳子，然后所以克鲁克一定有参与，而且还有水手节，所以克鲁克一定是有参与的。那么如果说没有那个该死的凶杀案的话，那个该死的强盗团的话，哇哦 ，what the fuck？ 然后他跟就这样了，可恶。
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
然后又被叫回来，烦死了。
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
他不知道。
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
然后音乐就去。
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
你别冲下。要 QTE 吗？哦，左键连点，左键连点，左键连点啊 ！W Super QTE。
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night. Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
哇，一次就直接过了。Yes， 同情的。93%是怎么回事啊？这个案子真的比较简单啊，好像就是个短片的感觉。做出同样道德选择65%，那 everybody do that。So， 我们再来看一下下一个章节的标题。那我们这个章节结束了啊，好短哦。皇家植物园的闹剧，好吧。那么我们下一集再见，拜拜。